Tuning your human biofield. Tuning your human biofield. Everyone has a biofield. Mm. Good morning. Good morning, my collective. What up, homies? I'm about to speak with our homie Aaron Carter. My guides, yes, and my guides. My guides are here with me always. The Guild of the Golden Triangle. Niche Mirabelle, Mantis. Always here, past, present, future. I am here, Patience, your host of Spirit News, a podcast where we teach you about your non physical energy, which you can find on all major platforms. So excited for that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your love and support. We really appreciate all those who support the channel. We're here for you. We're here to be of service, and we hope that it helps in any way, shape, or form. We're really excited to bring forward this message from one of our pop culture icons, Aaron Carter. But before we get into it, we just want to say thank you so much for 1:44 on the clock. For being here with us, co-creating in this magical way. It is our honor to be of service and to use our gifts to understand ourselves and to understand where we're going as we move from the head to the heart. Um, we're changing consciousness, we're rising in consciousness, so it's a little rocky. We're changing cycles, we're changing eras. We're in the age of Aquarius, so it's there's not a lot of societal norms that educate us about what that looks like or what it means to be in heart consciousness or to move into more of a higher consciousness society or level of awareness. So we're very honored to be doing the work, to have gotten ourselves to a place of awareness, to be able to navigate and just tell you what we experience. We put all our observations on our TikTok. If you want to check that out, we put all of the information there. I was instructed to do that by my very own spirit team, and everybody has a spirit team, and so we have been instructed to do that, not for you to do it like us, but to show you that it's being done and that it's possible and that you are a non-physical entity having a human experience. Hey Jill, I love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. Um, you're not human. You're not human. You never were human. You won't be human. Human is just a option of many options. You could be an insect. You could be a whale. You could be a dolphin. You could be a bear. You can be an amoeba that lives on a bear. You could be a single-celled organism that's floating through space. Anything that is has vitality or frequential, vibrational, electromagnetic field you can choose to be. So we just want to remind you of that. And if you want to not only be a creator, master creator of your own universe, of your own life, of your own reality, which we are all in our own reality, you need to take care of that first and foremost. So we have found that talking to people who have crossed over, it really helps to understand from a higher perspective of linear view how it works. And so we're very happy to bring the messages forward. Marky Mark, feel the vibration? Yes, feel the vibrations. Um, that's funny. Yeah, Spirit always says work on your vibration first and then everything else will follow. If you can understand vibration and how your body registers vibration and that information, 1111, you can use that first to understand where to go from there. And that's kind of like, it's kind of our spiel. It's kind of our deal here on our channel. So we hope you like it. Thank you for being here. I got some things. I got a lot of things. This guy is a character. This guy is really awesome. Aaron Carter. He, Aaron Carter, honestly, ever since I started doing these readings, which I was guided to do with my spirit team to develop my psychic gifts. We believe everyone's psychic. All of us are psychic. Every one of us has an electromagnetic field, which is the medium or the conduit or the way that you interpret non physical information. And everybody has it. Everybody's at different levels, and the way that you develop it is by focusing on developing it, knowing that it's possible. Everybody knows. Everybody has that intuitive feeling when they shouldn't go somewhere, or when they shouldn't hang out with someone, or when they shouldn't eat something, or they know their mom's gonna call. And everybody has a level of intuition, and that information, it's not evil, it's not blasphemous. It's your non-physical energy. It's your soul, and your body is like an antenna, and your body, when your body dies, you are still that energy. And so we're learning how to develop it through our body, through our mind, heart, through our consciousness, and everybody's psychic. So I don't know, that was for somebody. That was for somebody. But Aaron Carter's been talking to me since the beginning of my journey doing this, and it's so funny because have it's almost like I was repelled to Aaron Carter. I didn't know much about him. I wasn't drawn to his music. We were like roughly the same age. I think I'm a little older than him, but I remember him coming to me before, but I wasn't confident enough to bring him forward. But this week he came up, and I was like, "Okay, Aaron Carter, I see you." And then he kept showing me 222. Oh yeah, let me show you. And then I was really thinking about him because I was trying to connect with him to get his messages and just his little nuggets he was giving me. And I was listening to the necrometer, and he said Aaron when I was thinking about him. So I want to show you that. I took a screenshot. Um, and another thing on here is gateway, connected to earth, air, water, fire, Aaron, Tart, say yes, December. And one of 5 figures. So some of the other things he was telling me all week this week, and I even said to my husband, I was like, because he said the word gate. He said the word gatekeeper. And I've literally heard that word this week innumerable. And even in like weird, um, really like out of nowhere circumstances where it wasn't even, I don't know, it just came up. So I was like, okay. So I wrote it down. I had a little note thing, and I was like Aaron Carter, and I was just writing out down all the things that came up. So he kept showing me 222, which Aaron Carter crossed over November 5th, 2022. So that's 11222. And he is the brother of Nick Carter. We all know that guy. Which I wasn't drawn to either. There's some, first of all, Nick Carter, I don't know, he repulses me. There's something about him that when I see his face in my mind, he smells bad. I don't know if that's like a psychic thing, but when I think of him, I I smell something bad. I don't know what that means. I'm new to this, so just want to share that with you. Um, he was born December 12th. Oh, and it said December. That's so funny. It said December. The necrometer with Aaron, it said December. He was born December 7th, 1987. Thank you, Aaron. And he passed November 5th, 2022. Okay. Um, so Gatekeeper was came up multiple times. Oh, and then the song Water by Tyla, which I'll get into in a second. But some of the things about him I was feeling out, and he's very sensitive. He's so sensitive, like emotionally. I was really getting that. He's very emotional. Um, like he's not afraid to cry, or he would cry. I'm getting that. Very charming, very charming, very smooth. He knows what to say to the ladies. But very truthful. The way that he speaks, it feels like, I don't know, his stance. It's like he just has a high moral position of truth. Is how I want to say it. Even if the truth is kind of like yucky, that's kind of like what I'm feeling. And he was very impulsive because of his emotions, and that's kind of like the things that really stood out to me in his energy. But the song he kept giving me is Tyla Water, which I heard this song, but I never knew the lyrics to it, so I looked it up just now. And it says, "Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water." I don't know what that means to make me water. Normally I can keep my cool, but tonight I'm wildin'. I'ma be in a dangerous mood. Can you match my timing? Telling me that you really bout it. Why try hide it? Talk is cheap, so show me that you understand how I like it. Can you blow my mind? Set off my whole body. If I give you time, can you snatch my soul from me? I was like, I didn't know those lyrics were in this song. Does that mean every time you sing the words to the lyrics to this song, you're basically saying, snatch my soul from me? I don't know. I don't want to wait. Come take it. Take me where I ain't been before. Can you blow my mind? Set off my whole body. I think that that's I think that's weird. It says I'ma be in a dangerous mood. Can you match my timing? So that's interesting. I'm not sure what direction that will take us, but that is interesting. And then also, I just thought of this water. Wasn't he found in a bathtub full of water? Hmm. Yeah, so something about gatekeeping. You know what? Let me look up gatekeeping. To my understanding, it's like when someone holds you back or keeps information from you or keeps your shine away from people, or let's see if I'm correct. Gatekeeper.
Here's the definition of gatekeeper: an attendant employed to control who goes through a gate.
Yeah, to control someone.
Lunatic.
A lunatic. Spirit said lunatic.
I'm cold.
Oh, a person or thing that controls access to something. That's interesting because what I was gonna say before is when it comes to Aaron Carter, like when I think about how I um thought of him when he was like blowing up, it's almost like he's blurry to me, and it really repelled me was the word that I used before. Repelled, not repulsed, but repelled. Like when I thought of Aaron Carter, it almost like the minute I thought of him, it was like nothing. Like not even something I wanted to go towards. Something that repelled me. So that's interesting. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna say it for the data, and I don't know if it's gonna come up, but it kind of feels like someone like cloaking him in his energy to make him not popular or something, you know? Like someone projecting the thoughts of, oh, he can't be better than me. He can't succeed, he can't surpass me. I don't want him, stuff like that. That's what it kind of feels like. And spirit, he just said yes. Okay. Um, yeah, so I don't know if that'll come up or what way it'll come up. It could be thoughts, it could be some kind of energy manipulation. I don't know. So we'll see. Okay. Okay, Erin. Come on, homie. What are we doing? All right. So those Tyler lyrics were kind of weird. I mean, it specifically says, "Can you snatch my soul from me?" So that's pretty weird. Where should we go first, buddy?
Thirst for chaos.
Thirst for chaos.
Karmic lessons.
Karmic lessons. Interesting. Interesting. He may have had someone karmic in his life. There was a gatekeeper. Someone who was a gatekeeper. Someone who cloaked him. Someone who shrouded him. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. That's so funny. I thought of what I wanted to do and then it like left my mind and now it came back. So, something about him making comebacks. I read some really interesting stuff about him that I didn't even know, and I want to share it with you. Aaron Carter is a multi-platinum singer and
Sure.
is widely regarded as one of the biggest pop acts of all time. He achieved wild success with his self-titled debut album and sold 10 million copies worldwide and is listed by the Guinness Book of World Records as the youngest singer to have 4 consecutive top 10 singles. Aaron has performed live around the world to millions of fans. And that's funny because I think that he actually beat Michael Jackson for having, in the Guinness Book of World Records, for having the most consecutive top 10 singles for a young singer. So he beat Michael Jackson. I did not know that. And then in 2017, Aaron released his first song of 14 years. Sooner or later, in less than 8 months, it generated over 75 million streams on Spotify, today it has over 95 million streams. Okay, he blew up. The the multi-platinum pop superstar who has toured the globe with other artists such as Britney Spears and the Backstreet Boys just returned from an intimate US tour in support of his new album Love that was released in 2018. So he passed away 2 years later in 2022. So that's interesting. When this album blew up, only 2 years later is when he passed over. So that's interesting as well. That this is this album, this album would have done better because of streaming than his last albums, but it got cut short. He didn't get to do a tour or anything because he crossed over. He said, and if there's one lesson I've learned this last year, it's not to dwell on the past, but to live for the future. Yes, Aaron. And he just said karmic lesson. And this is, if there's one lesson I've learned, a karmic lesson. Come through, spirit. Come through, baby boo. Well, all right. So that's like the gist. And this one song he has, I really like actually. It's the one that has 95 million streams. I can't play it because of you know. Why won't you open? I was gonna read the lyrics. Oh, here we go. Let me see. It says, 3 past days. These past days. Oh, I said 3. I don't. Ugh, let me write that down. I accidentally said 3. It says, these past days and past nights, the walks under street lights, something don't feel right. Sooner or later, she'll be.
on his gravestone.
Mmm.
Sick.
Sink. Spirit just said sink. I know that he was found in a bathroom in the bathtub full of water. So we have the water song. Spirit just said sink. This song's talking about her, a woman. I got the tables, I bought the bottles. Sooner or later she'll be walking away. I got something to say to her. Don't call me
Methods
crazy.
of treatment.
Methods of treatment. Don't call me crazy. And then Spirit just said methods of treatment. She'll be walking away. I got something to say to her. See what's inside. I've put something away for her. I ain't pulling you back when you're feeling like that. I ain't tripping, getting mad, because sooner or later she'll be coming right back. Worship your body, call that devotion. Cause a commotion, worship your body, call that devotion. Text me, tell me that she's leaving the light on. Guess I'm not going home tonight. Call me and tell me she's feeling alone tonight. Interesting. I'm telling you, there's so much information. She and 3. There could be possibly like 3 people involved in this, and one's a woman, one's a gatekeeper, and I don't know for sure what the other one is. Okay, that's a lot of information. Hi there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. We're talking to Aaron Carter. I'm a spirit medium. We're talking to Aaron Carter. We're going to see what he wants us to know. So far, something about someone gatekeeping. Someone, possibly a woman, another, like an additional person. There could have been a few people. Oh, yeah, and Saturn. He was sending me information about Saturn, the power of Saturn. And the thing that he sent me that I was watching is what the Gnostics believed about the planet Saturn and
Larry.
what is the word? Egregores, or what's the word that Gnostics used? There's some kind of entity or like group of people who worship Saturn or something like that. So I'm gonna put that as the third, Saturn. So a gatekeeper, a woman, and Saturn. Okay, alrighty. Come through, Aaron. What is up? These songs are weird, man. What's going on? Tell me. What do you want us to know? These songs are weird. They're giving me a weird vibe. Something about maybe a karmic relationship. Disease, dis-ease. Aircraft. Something up in the air. Finger. Someone who is pointing the finger. Someone to point the finger at. Someone to blame. Someone pointing out someone that's up in the air. So, her. I put crib. Her. At the house. Her. Yep. Steer her. Steer her. Bedroom. Drill. Okay. He may have invited someone over. Dive. Alcohol. He may have invited someone over, or her, to drill in the bedroom. He invited someone with dis-ease that was up in the air, that was always pointing the finger at him or blaming him for stuff. He invited her to the crib to steer her into the bedroom to drill. It says dive in alcohol. They may have dived into alcohol. Accident. Blunder. I have blunder and accident. Beneath.
Fat.
Fat. Beneath fat. Blame. I have blame and finger here. And Spirit just said fat. Let me write that down. Beneath fat, blame, conflict. So the song says, text me and tell me she's leaving the light on. So call me and tell me she's feeling alone tonight. He may have invited someone over. He might not have been alone when he died. He invited someone who's in dis-ease, someone who's imbalanced, someone who's not easy to get along with, someone who's always a karmic person, somebody who's karmic, who's always up in the air, who's always wanting to be in the Mile High Club, who's very sexual, perhaps, someone who's very good at, someone who has him wrapped around their finger, invited her to the crib to steer her into the bedroom to drill. They were diving into alcohol. There may have been some kind of blunder because of a conflict, some kind of accident. Beneath blame conflict. Beneath fat. I don't know if they were in the tub together and she was on top of him. I don't know. That's what I got so far. Something like that. But they may have had a conflict. Some kind of conflict. What was this conflict? What was this conflict? Thank you so much, Aaron Carter, for coming through. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting us. Please continue giving us the messages. There's a lot of information here. What was this conflict? Something that did not make him happy. Something that was, I mean, obviously if it's a conflict, something that was not. This is also my card. There could have been something about a bad high or being high or something. Being high. I want to say Xanax or something like that. They may have both been, I've never done Xanax, and when I think of Xanax, I think of an experience I had a long time ago with an ex-boyfriend, and when he would take Xanax with his cousin and his aunt, it was scary how much they changed, and then they don't remember anything, and they would get into conflicts that made no sense. They couldn't talk. It made them angry, and then they would be acting so weird, and then they wouldn't even remember the next day what happened. So, Erica! I think she was texting a girlfriend. She's saying she was lonely because he was present for her, maybe turned into more with drinks and neglectful actions. Hey, Erica, thanks for being here. Love you.
Killing fields.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. Something like that. Something like that. Definitely. He said karmic. Ooh, I'm hearing ringing in my ear, my left ear. He's definitely. alluding to someone else was there for sure. He may have invited someone over that is karmic, that he continues to have karmic lessons with. Um, let's find out. Tell us more about this person, this woman. I'm gonna do, since they were drinking and possibly doing other things, Xanax. I'm gonna write Xanax down just so I'm getting Xanax. I'm gonna do the you laugh, you drink cards. Okay. All right. Tell your target in an Australian accent, "Good day, mate. Got a proper dick on you." Got a proper dick on you? That's a mighty fine wallaroo you got there. I can't make it up. Yeah, someone. So this person that came over is someone that may use sex a lot. Excuse me. Who may use sex a lot to gatekeep this person. That knows their weaknesses in the bedroom. Aaron Carter is an impulsive person, and even though he's truthful, he's very sensitive, and so he equates, what I'm getting is that in his human experience, he equated sex or intimacy and that physical intimacy as companionship. You know, he craved that because there could have been something about a sex addiction.
Focus.
Focus. Okay, sorry. So this
It's where you were looking.
so this person definitely uses sex to bait him or to keep keep letting to get Aaron to keep letting them into his life. While motioning to the target, say, "Welcome to the Price is Right. The first item is this beat ass hoe. Is the price over or under $5?" So the conflict was some could have been something about money. And it says target. So it could have been something about money, the conflict. And like I said, you're drinking, you're doing Xanax, you're doing hello.
Unfamiliar sex.
You're doing substances that elicit anger, resentment, uh, and really put down your guard and your inhibitions, and could possibly have created some kind of conflict about money. She could have asked him for money, and then he possibly could have said, considers her, I don't want to say a hoe, but he could have said something like that, like said something to, make her feel bad. Because it says the price is right. This first item is the beat ass hoe. Is the price over or under $5? So talk is cheap, like where's I could have let me keep drawing. I don't want to say that because let me keep drawing. I don't think it was that. I think it was somebody he knew. I was going to say maybe it was a prostitute, but I don't think it is. I think it's someone that he knew. You're a dolphin. Slap your little fins together and try to find your target with echolocation. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so this person only comes around when they want something, and she uses sex as a way to always gatekeep Aaron Carter. And so this night that he passed, she may have come over. They were partying. She knows what he likes to do. She's a gold digger, yeah, for sure. And when and she could possibly, it says your dolphin slap your little fins together and try to find your target with echolocation. Like I said, Aaron Carter is very sensitive. He's very emotional. He wants somebody to love. He wants somebody to be with. He wants somebody to share energy with. And he's just horrible at choosing people because because he can't control his wee wee, okay? So and that's, we made a episode on Spirit News about that, sex and energy. A lot of people have a misconception that sex is love, or that sexual relations equates to love, and that's not true. Sex is a lot more than that. It's a sacred act that two people who share heart coherence should experience together. But if you're sleeping with people for companionship, or to feel that fleeting sense of being close to someone,
torn apart.
because when you have an intimate, when you have, yeah,
Speak of the
connection,
devil.
when you have a intimate experience with someone through sex, in that moment it can feel very connected, and that's kind of like chasing that feeling, because you want to be loved. Essentially, it comes down to wanting to be loved. So this person knows that about Aaron. This person knows Aaron's weaknesses, that he likes to do substances, he likes to party, or he has addictions that he can't fight, so she took advantage of that. Slap your little fins together and try to find your target. Yeah, she has him wrapped around her finger. We have finger at the beginning. She says jump, and he says how high, but this night he didn't. He was, for whatever reason, he may have recognized her karmic toxic behavior, and when she asked him for something, it may have created a conflict where he may have actually stood up for himself. Act as you are about to perform a bris on your target. What is a bris? BRIS? Let me see. I don't know what that is. Bris. 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 BRIS refers to the Jewish ritual circumcision ceremony, also known as Brit Milah, which signifies the covenant between God and the Jewish people. Covenant of circumcision. That's so funny. I think it's more metaphorical. Basically, whenever this woman would come around, he would follow her like a puppy. She had him wrapped around his finger. She had him circumcised. You're a sushi chef berating the target for using a fork in your restaurant, but she's very abusive. She's could be verbally abusive, like, oh, I can just see it now. You think that you're a good singer, you suck. You're not who, I don't know, just I can't even I can't even speak to someone like that, but she's very berating. She says like the right things to get under his skin to make him feel. She's not a nice person. She's a gold digger. She uses his weaknesses against him. And according to this, which I have to say for legal purposes, this is for entertainment purposes only. I cannot prove any of this. This is all alleged. But she came over that night with a plan to ask him for money, or to get money out of him, or to get into his life again for money. There's something about how she she she, she pretends to be something she's not. Okay? I'm gonna do one more of these and then we'll switch. Can you give me one more? What do you want us to know? Spin in circles yelling, I'm a washing machine, repeatedly. Yeah. I do love you. I do. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you making me do this to you? I love you. Yeah, this girl's a drip. Her energy is real weird. Mm. I wonder if she had him like under some kind of love spell or something. All right, what else? What else? Should we do... Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from. Tell me about this woman. Who is this woman? Tell me more about this woman, Aaron. What do you want us to know about her? She's definitely a gold digger. She could possibly have, I keep seeing, like, big, like, injection lips. Big injection lips. But not a face, just the lips. Kind of like those wax lips. Remember those wax lips? Where you would bite on it? I don't know if they still make those. I remember those when I was a kid. That's too many. Tell me more about this woman. What do you want us to know? Yeah, this is something that was a cycle. Something that was a cycle of letting this person back in and then leaving them. A distorted idea of love. This person would say, oh, I miss you, I love you, please. Just like the song says. Could possibly be who it was about. Call me and tell me she's feeling alone tonight. I fucking told you. Oh my gosh. Look at this witch on a broom. This witch on a broom. She's a witch. She's definitely very manipulative with her words. She could know how to speak to him a certain way to manipulate him into believing everything she says to get him to choose her again. He's always trying to leave. He's always trying to leave her, and then she's always pulling him back in with her manipulation. She's very manipulative. Yeah, he's always pulling away from her. This isn't somebody... He recognizes that this woman is... and then look, she's holding his arm. It's a sexual relationship. He knows that he can always... There's some kind of sexual connection that it says, got a proper dick on ya? He's thinking with his penis. He doesn't have self-control. He's very impulsive especially if he's drinking or doing substances. He always says yes to her, and that's when he regrets it, because he does it when he's, messed up and has some kind of substance problem or drinking problem or... So what happened that night? Tell us what happened that night. Tell us what happened that night. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Someone forgot to tell him to let go of the bowling ball.
Wash.
And he just said wash, and look, something about cleaning up the crime scene or cleaning up the scene. And I have a buck and bronco here. So something about breaking something or getting... Someone forgot to tell him to let go of the bowling ball, and he's crashing through a wall. He was trying to... Some kind of conflict happened, trying to control a bucking bronco. Oh, and this says in the song, don't tell me I'm not yours. Told me I'm not sure. And it says, I ain't pulling back. Where did it say? Don't call me crazy this time tomorrow. You lead me, I'll follow. Oh, you lead me, I follow. This person was a wrecking ball. This person's a wrecking ball. He is always following her, and then she's always getting him into some kind of trouble because she's an enabler. She enables him to do drugs and and he becomes crazy, a bucking bronco, hard to control. She's always leading him to be out of control. I gotcha. She's always leading him to be out of control.
Stalker.
A stalker, because she wants that. A stalker. And
A
look,
terrible murder.
a terrible murderer, Spirit just said. Because look at this woman cleaning up the crime scene. Look, she's cleaning up something. And Spirit said wash just a second ago. So what
My killer.
my killer my killer he just said. Oh my god. So there's something she did to clean up the scene. There's something that she did to him, maybe impulsively, because she's could be very jealous, a very jealous person. He's serenading other women. He wants to leave her, talk to other women. There may have been another woman in the background that she was aware of. But she's a witch. She's a manipulator. She wanted to have him all to herself, and she would often come in and out of his life. But he didn't actually want her in his life, but she knew ways to lead him away from where he was supposed to be at. She definitely took advantage of him. He wanted to see other people. He wanted to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop it. Look. He's in a bathtub. Let me look at this. There's water coming out of this fish's mouth. There's a submarine, a speedboat, and a pirate ship. And look at this fish's eyes. It's got diamonds in the eyes. And the song says, oh, where is it? It said something about I've put something away for her. See what's inside. I've put something away for her.
Plausibly.
Plausibly. I think that they were doing sex. Oh my god. Look, this toothbrush is like a giant erect toothbrush under a towel. I think that this woman was giving him fellatio in the tub or something, but he was all fucked
Seek
up.
help.
He was all fucked up. It was an accident. She may have been on top. I don't know. I can't prove any of this, but they may have been fucked up. They got into some conflict. Then to make it, he left her something. She knows about something that he has for her. Possibly if he's dead. So she decided to put him in the tub. They may have been in the tub together. I think she drowned him, you guys. I don't know if maybe she tried to make it look like an accident. Because it says, blunder accident beneath the blame was conflict. And this says, see what's inside. I've put something away for her. Be walking away. I got something to say to her. Yeah, I think that maybe he left her a life insurance policy, or maybe upon his death she would be promised some kind of money, but I don't know I don't know, maybe they had a relationship and he's very sentimental, he's very emotional. He could have he's a very loyal person, so he could have left something to her to take care of her, or said, listen, if anything happens to me, there's this for you. I don't know what the connection is. What's the connection? It could be a child. They could have a child together. The diamonds kind of look like cha-ching, like looking at someone, like like a cash grab. They could possibly have a child together. This they could have a child together. There could have been a lot of people that told Aaron about this person, that this person was trouble, but he didn't listen, or he didn't take action he wasn't strong enough to consistently get this person out of their life, possibly because they share a child. This could be his baby's mama or something about a child and being a single mother. He could have left her something in case anything ever happened to him. And yeah, it says baby right here. It says baby. He could have left her something, and she knew that. And so she definitely had something to gain, by his death. So she could have lured him, she could have came over, got herself back into his life. Yeah, what beautiful flowers, they're from your garden. Oh, yeah. One could have possibly tried to do this before, get him in a very like compromising position, but he didn't. He may have gotten hurt or sick, but he didn't die.
Scientist.
Scientist, she could have been very calculating.
1950s.
She could have been very calculating in this plan that she did. Yeah, cooking up a plan. Cooking up a plan. Because she wanted money. This is a gold digger. And he didn't see it. He had like some kind of rose-colored glasses on for this person. And even though 20, even though she always led him into trouble, it's like he was blinded by love or something. This is could be the mother of his child, so that could be what, you know, made him not see, the true colors of her. What else do you want us to know about this? What else do you want us to know? Past, there's history, it happened, left behind, looking back. Yeah, blind, I cannot make it up. Blind to things she did in the past all the time. Yeah, he couldn't escape her. She was very sneaky. She would magnify all his faults and manipulate him with words. He didn't see the signs. There are many people around him that told him that she was a manipulator, that she was that she was a bad influence on him. There could have been two people around him that were a bad influence on him, but she knew how to make him feel like she was really focused on him, and she'd say there's no one like you, and she knew the things to say to be really sneaky to, she could have also been very stalkerish, always knowing where he was going, what he was doing. Lots of illusions, lots of deception. There could have been talk amongst him and his peer group about how this person is making him a fool, and yeah, because look at this in the background. They could have warned him that this woman's bad news and that she's trouble, and he didn't listen. because he's very sensitive. He shares a child with this person, and that really locked on his heartstrings. Get pregnant, entrapment. I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. Yes, Erica. Yeah, definitely. When you have a child with someone, it's like, what?
Metaphysical.
This is Aaron Carter is a very loyal person. He wants to take care of his child. He doesn't want to believe that the mother of his child, who possibly entrapped him with a pregnancy to be able to string him along for money, because she's very karmic. Okay, she's very karmic. And this night that she came over could have illuminated, revealing the truth, confession, shedding light, could have really illuminated how ravenous she is, that she's insatiable, that she could have uncontrollable desires, and that she's wearing a mask. She's two-faced. And so he put up some kind of guard from her, and she didn't want to be single. She didn't want him to be single because she's a clown. She humiliates him and shames him and says weird shit to him to make him feel like he's not able to leave her or something. Secret. But he kept this a secret from everybody about this union in reverse, this union that was a toxic union that he never could have any terms about, that this person's very jealous and petty, and she could have possibly used against him that she would spread rumors about him, so to ruin his reputation as an artist. And that would really get his adrenaline going, and he knew he had to make a decision because she was holding him down, because she's so dramatic all the time. She's a drama queen. She always gets him into trouble, so he dismissed her. He decided to ignore her, and it became an obsession. And she knew that partying was a way to get in with him, and use the child against him. I can't make it up. She could have used the child against him to come over and to say, oh, I need to talk about our child. Can I come over? And he could have not even wanted her to come over. But what is he going to do? Say no to that? I think, yeah, Eric, I think he did love her. Third person may have been a girl that truly loved him. She was trying to protect him, but he didn't believe it. That caused jealousy because, well, I think yeah, there could have been someone else he wanted to talk to, or that he just wanted to be single, because I have single here, and just like not be in a serious relationship, to not be in a serious relationship because he wanted to get away from this person, to have a break, just kind of like worry about himself and like
Moments that matter.
and moments that matter, yeah, and family, but she became obsessed with him. She used a child, she got pregnant on purpose to trap him, and he could have said, no, that's enough, I don't want to be with you anymore. And then she tricked him into letting her come over, but I think she tricked him into letting her come over. And when she came over, she's like, oh, you want to have a drink? You want to have a drink? And she could have actually put Xanax in his drink, because he's really relaxed here. And like I said, I've witnessed people on Xanax, and they're not aware. They're not aware. They're not aware of what's going on. They're almost like possessed, I think. I'm not saying he was possessed, but it's like they don't even remember what they do the next day. And so she may have did that to get him loose, because she's obsessed with him. She knew that he would dismiss her if she didn't get him into a certain place of compliancy. And so she may have lured him to the bathtub, but she may have given him too much. She gave him too much. She started to do sexual things on him, and then I am angry. He said, I am angry. But when I read the beneath card, Spirit said fat. So she could be like a bigger woman, like bigger than him. She could weigh more than him. She may have, I don't know if she did it on purpose or if it was an accident, but she basically drowned him and then left him in the tub, because and then took her clothes or whatever she left there, and took it with her and left him behind in the tub. That's what she did. And he's angry about that. He's angry. He had just dropped his new album. He could have been going to the top with that, making a comeback. She trapped him with a pregnancy, made him feel bad about use the child against him or to string him along. But she was obsessed with him. She was stalking him. She didn't want him to be single. She's a drama queen. She's thirsty for attention. She overreacts. She creates problems. She's always getting him in trouble. That's horrible. Well, what's the lesson here, Aaron? What do you want us to know? What in your life review, in retrospect, what would you have done differently? Like what's the advice you have for us? We'll do the unfuck yourselves. What's the advice you have for us? Even if you were thrown into the worst circumstances, it's your choice now to turn your life around. Make it better, learn and grow, and break free of where you came from. You have choice from this moment on. Even if you were thrown into the worst circumstances, it's your choice now to turn your life around, make it better, learn and grow, and break free from where you came from. You have choice from this moment on. Yeah, I'm really getting that in retrospect, he knew that this person, I think, I don't want to condemn him because obviously they had a child together and he really felt like he didn't want to leave his baby mama behind or hurt her in any way because of the child. But that's the circumstance that he needed to overcome, because as humans, or what I'm learning through my spiritual journey and through taking advice from my spirit guides, is that just because in our human perspective we have people in our lives that we feel bad leaving behind, that we have made mistakes with, that we have a karmic cord connected to them, we feel obligated to keep them in our life because we don't want to be a bad person. But there are some people in your life that will purposely chain themselves to you for, in this case it was money. And so you have to be able to identify when you have those people in your life that are karmic, that don't actually love you, that want to use you, that want to take advantage of you. And to know that letting them go is sometimes the best thing you can do to turn your life around. And that their energy is absorbable. When you hang around people like that, you will literally absorb. It's an enchantment. Didn't I say I think it's a love spell? Oh my gosh. And it doesn't have to be like she was in the kitchen cooking up a spell, but she was manipulating his thoughts and his emotions and his energy into allowing her to keep coming back into his life, creating this havoc. Every time she'd come back into his life, she would lead him down this road of chaos, and he didn't take that as a sign that that is an energy that he keeps allowing into his life. So even if you're thrown into the worst circumstances, he should have made a choice to turn around and really nip this in the bud, to really take action with this person, to learn and to grow and to break free from this person. But he kept allowing this person back into his life, unfortunately. What else? Yeah, break away from negativity for sure. What else? You have a choice from this moment on. Miracle. Miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Yeah, he probably at the time didn't see a way to let go of this person. It says can't let go. He probably didn't, he probably viewed, I mean, like Erica said, he probably had love for this person, or what he thought was love. A physical relationship isn't love, that's just um, fleeting physical moment in time.
Soft, ominous
It
voice.
doesn't mean that that person loves you because you're gonna, because you guys have a, hot sexual relationship. That's not love. So they could have possibly had a really strong sexual connection, that really just it just dignitized him. It hypnotized his dick, really. And it really, that mindset didn't allow for other ways that could have came in to get this person out of his life. It He matched her energy, and so it didn't allow for him to change his beliefs about what he could allow and not allow. Okay. Consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Yeah, his belief that what he felt with her is love, some kind of weird, distorted love, affected the way that he saw her. And like rose colored glasses. Like, where's that card? Like this. He didn't see what everyone else saw because he was so under a spell with, you know, the way that she love bombed him, and
Red
she
marks.
would really be ideal sometimes. She would say the right things, and
Interdimensional
she
portals.
would this is definitely like a love bomber situation. And those are the times that he craved from her. It's an abusive relationship. And so he sees now that that affected the way that he interacted with everybody, his consciousness, and what he put his focus and attention on. Um, it definitely affected him in that way. She was drawing him away from what he was supposed to be focusing on: alchemy and belief. And I have belief twice here. Yeah, he didn't believe, he wasn't aware that he thought this woman had to be in his life forever because they shared a child. That's what he thought. He had the belief that because I have a child with this person, I can never escape this person. I have to always allow this person into my life, even though she shows me time and time again, over and over again, that she can't be trusted, that she's a drama queen, that she brings trouble to me every time I let her in my life. And there's multiple people around me who care about me that say that she's bad news. But because he had a belief that he could not transmute this person because of their connection to a child, that really anchored in this blindness, this unawareness of any other way he could get rid of this person. And so if there was so he had a weakness for this person. She had him wrapped around her finger. She always knew how to play on his weaknesses
Shipment.
to always allow her into his life, is basically what he's saying. So what's the advice for that? What's your advice for that, for people who have someone like that in their life? Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan, and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. I know that's so funny because I was listening to this thing at work about surrendering. And in my mediumship, that is a step that I must take myself in order to connect with Divine Source to bring through loved ones. And a lot of people will think surrendering is like losing control, but really it's allowing Divine Source to take the reins. So when you do a trust fall and you say, I don't know what to do with this person or about the circumstances, but divine source, God, creator, universe, whatever you subscribe to, please show me, or please take the reins for what I should do next to get out of these circumstances, to match divine energy, to be in a more healed place to deal with these circumstances. Show me what I need to do to deal with these circumstances. When you do that, it's called surrendering. And what happens is, instead of trying to control the way it happens, or allow people in your life who you know,
7.
who you know cause chaos,
Virginia.
you allow divine source to bring to you opportunities to alleviate the situation. When you let go of control, when you surrender, when you do a trust fall, and you try not to control everything. So in Aaron Carter's case, in this situation, he had baby mama drama, and he didn't want to abandon the child. And so he believed that in his consciousness, that his connection with this child made him obligated to deal with this woman who was very toxic, and who he should have surrendered to divine source 11 to show him a way to get this woman out of his life, but to share the child. And even though he didn't know what that have been, or what that could have been in that moment, that it would happen if he had just surrendered and allowed divine source, and to ask, what can I do next? How can I change these circumstances? How can I allow this child in my life without dealing with this woman? By asking, and then allowing the opportunities to come to you. So he really just had a strong belief that he had to be with this woman, that he had to put up with this woman, this baby mama drama. And it led to his detriment, because this woman couldn't be trusted to begin with. This isn't a woman that had his best interests at heart. She was a gold digger. She was a drama queen. She was jealous. She was a karmic tie. And so, even if you're thrown into the worst circumstances, it's your choice now to turn your life around, make it better, learn and grow, and break free from people that bring chaos in your life. You have choice from this moment on. So he always let her back in, knowing that she was a ball of chaos, and it led to his demise. So that's the lesson. Thank you so much, Aaron. I didn't expect it to go that way. I thought for sure you'd want to talk about your brother, but he left his brother out of it. So he wanted to focus on this, and that's fine. Whatever you feel is necessary, I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to bring the messages for it. I hope it helps. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be tapping into the Idaho 4. I don't know what we're gonna discover with that, but I do want to help transmute it, because 4 college students lost their life unnecessarily. It's a tragic story. We're gonna try to transmute that tomorrow. See if we can draw out any developments that may help for the future. Or any lessons to be learned, okay? So we love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. We're so grateful. If you want to check out any of our socials, or follow us on any of our other social media, you can find the description and the link through the link tree. We'd be happy to have you. We're going to go to TikTok and kind of condense the lesson here, the spirit nugget that Erin has given us. And we love you so much. Bye.